Hello, hello, hello. Are we all here? Welcome to the Hangout, everyone. This is Sharon Fiani's free webinar. Today, this evening, my name is Monique, and we are just giving everyone a few minutes to come in, get comfortable, get cozy in our chat room. The chat is a bit delayed, people, so whenever you write your messages, don't worry, we're getting them. So keep the questions coming. Let us know who's here. We know we have Sharon Webster from Vancouver. Welcome, 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 Sean, Vivian. Welcome, everyone. So we're going to wait about another minute or so to get started. So allow me to introduce the woman of the evening, Sharon Fiani, wife and mother of 3. She's a multi-passionate, award-winning Caribbean entrepreneur who has created 2 of Jamaica's best-loved brands, Starfish Oils and Shakti Mind Body Fitness. Sharon's newest venture, her Live Fit Detox program, is a fusion of her 30 years in the field of health and wellness, and she is already inspiring thousands of people across the world, some of which might be here right now. Hi, everyone. To improve their health and maximize their potential. Her 7 and 21 personally guided detox programs combining her signature Live Fit yoga and a 3-phase result-oriented program of elimination, integration, acceleration, motivation is already a buzzword in Jamaica. You heard it. You know about her yoga classes, her detox programs, her high vitality cooking workshops. They're offered in Montego Bay and in Kingston, Jamaica, and also online. So you can participate wherever in the world you may be. Now, welcome to this webinar. This is a big thing. So we want to make this a very interactive webinar. If you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the chat. And without further ado, might I introduce to you Sharon Fiani. Hi, Sharon.
Hello, Monique. Thank you for that introduction, and hello, everybody. I'm sitting here, and can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
You hear me? Okay. I'm sitting here in my office, and even though I can't see you, I just want you to know I can feel you. I can feel your presence and your energy. And, there are currently 109 people signed up for this program. So it's like I'm sitting with you in my living room, 109 of you out there, and I get to just share with you what I love to do most in the world, which is to inspire people to live the best life ever, to live fit, to live life, to live love, to live a life that is with purpose and passion, health and vitality, and with love for humanity. So this is my passion. This is why I'm here. And tonight I just got inspired. I turned 50 on April 9th, and that was just a really big milestone for me. I mean, spending 50 years on this earth, you learn a lot. And I don't know, all these people lately have been coming up to me in the past year saying, how do you look so young? How come you always look so happy? You're always positive. You have so much energy. What are your tips? What are your secrets? And I just thought today, or I just threw it out there to Monique, who works with me, what do you think people would want to know, like what my secrets are? And yes, 109 of you are, and that to me is just amazing. And so welcome tonight, and this is what I'd love for tonight. I had to laugh at myself because when I put this PowerPoint together and then I kind of started putting my notes to it, I'm like, oh my God, this could be like a 3-day seminar, not like a webinar. I mean, like, we need to go on a yoga retreat together and really get this down. So I'm going to try as best as I can to just put everything in as tightly as possible, my little nuggets of wisdom of my over 30 years of being in the health and fitness field. So I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a doctor, but what I have done is live this life and inspired so many, and being able to see firsthand that this program that I'm going to share with you really, really works. I'm going to talk a little bit more about actual testimonies of why this really works. So tonight we're going to talk about a few topics, but I want it to be interactive. So Monique is going to explain to you right now that on the right side of your screen, you're going to see a little place called group chat.
It's actually at the bottom of the screen, right below the screen. Just scroll down a little bit and all the chat information is right there.
Okay, sorry, on mine it's to the right. So yeah, so yours at the bottom of the screen. If you have any burning questions while I'm talking, type it in. It takes there's a little lag time, so type it in and I will be sure to try and answer it. Otherwise, I'll stop at each of my major points and give time for some question and answers. And then at the end, some people actually emailed me with some burning questions that I will address. So are you ready? Let's go for it. So I want to tell you a little bit about me because there are some new emails, some new people that have signed up that probably don't know much about me, and I just want to give a brief introduction and let you know where I'm at. There's some of you that know me from Starfish Oils, from Shakti Mind Body Fitness. Maybe you've been in one of my yoga classes or taken one of my detox programs, but maybe you really don't know the backstory. And in a nutshell, here's my backstory. So for 13 years, I owned a company or a business in Jamaica, in Kingston, called Shakti Mind Body Fitness. When I moved back to Jamaica in 1995, I returned here as a certified yoga teacher, one of the first on the island. And it was my mission to bring yoga to Jamaica. My dad was really busy trying to get me to, interview with all kinds of corporations and take a corporate job. But I had already done that. And I just knew that my purpose, my mission in life was to bring yoga to Jamaica. And I founded the first ever yoga center called Shakti Mind Body Fitness. That was in 2001. And Shakti grew and grew and grew and expanded from just a yoga center to what I eventually called Shakti Mind Body Fitness, a total mind, body, fitness, spiritual nucleus for Kingston, where people could come and really learn about how to stay fit, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. So Shakti was my passion, my love, my life. And then things kind of happened with my husband. His business kind of took a downturn, and this is back in 2006, and he had to take a job in Montego Bay. So there I was in Kingston with this business that I loved and lived for, and my 3 children. My youngest was only 6 months old at the time, and my husband moved away to Montego Bay. And there I was running a full-time business, 1 baby at the breast, 1 3-year-old, 1 7-year-old, doing everything. I was like, at the first year that he moved away and he would come home on weekends, I was like handling it. I'm Superwoman. I can do this. We can make this happen. We're going to make this work. By year 2 and year 3, I was a total disaster, like total burnout. And at the end of year 3, my husband and I had a talk, and we're like, look, this has to change. You need to come back to Kingston. And as fate would have it, he got an amazing promotion, and that was it. He's like, I think you need to think about coming to Montego Bay. So I packed my bags and I packed my kids up, and I said, something, I can do this. We can move to Mo Bay, and I'll just go to Kingston, every week for 2 or 3 days and run my business and then come home to you guys. Yeah, and I tried that for about 6 months, and I got even more burnt out. You see, by that 6-month time that I had moved to Mo Bay, where I was going back and forth to Kingston after 3 years of like just handling so much on my plate, I was a disaster. I mean, an emotional disaster, a health disaster, a physical disaster, mental disaster. It was a basket case. And it came to the point where I actually made a decision to close my business, Shakti Mind Body Fitness. This was huge not only for the community in Kingston, but huge for me. Shakti was my life. It was my every breath. Some people didn't even know my name there. I was called Shakti. So when that was kind of closed, that physical door was locked, I didn't even know who I was anymore. And I'm going to tell you, I went into a deep and dark depression here in Montego Bay. I mean, I would lay out my yoga mat to try and do some yoga, some breathing to center myself. And 3 hours later, I'd be just like still there, bawling my head off, like, who am I? I know I'm not a building, and I know I'm not a gym, and I know I'm not a yoga center. Who is Sharon? And I remember then that I had put on this big event called Shakti Love Fest to raise charity for the Shaggy Foundation. Some of you may know about that. And I remember that I wanted a t-shirt made. I scribbled this thing on a piece of paper: live fit, live life, live love. And that was going to be the little mantra for the Shakti Love Fest. And we kind of put it aside, but it just came smack up in my face in that depression. And I said, you know, what is your purpose on earth? You know, this door has been closed, but if you're still you, and what is your purpose? And it just came, this flash in my head of that t-shirt that we made for Shakti Love Fest. It's to live fit, to live life, to live love, and to share this with everybody that you know. Okay, this is your passion. This is what you're meant to serve the earth with. And so, looking at myself in the mirror, I was not fit. I was not living life, and I was not living love. I hated myself at the time, and I was not a good person to be around. And I decided to put myself on a 40-day detox. I just knew that that's what I needed to kind of clean myself up. And when I put myself through that detox, when I eliminated all those toxic triggers that I was just pounding my body with, the coffee to stay awake, the wine to go to sleep at night, the Panadol PM to calm my restless mind, you know, the unhealthy food, the over-exercising. I was an over-exerciser, not an under-exerciser. That's just as bad. All the stuff that I did that was just wearing my body down. I took a 40-day break, put myself through this detox. And when I came out on the other side of this, I was just like this brand new person, like this whole new being. Like every cell of my body was different. And I thought, God, if I have known these tools, I'm a yoga teacher, I've been in this industry for so long, and I could have got myself into that state. And then I could have taken myself out of it just by resting my body. Then how many people could I help to do this too? And that's how my Live Fit Detox program was about. And to this day, this whole idea of living fit, living life, and living love is what has guided me over the last 3 years to develop this program, and also to be able to share with you with such confidence. And then also to be able to look at myself in the mirror and say, God damn, girl, you are amazing. You know, I feel amazing. I am the happiest I've ever been, the healthiest I've ever been. So full of energy and life. And when I celebrate my 50th birthday, I go, you know, this is something I need to share with the world. So that's why I'm here today. You see, when you live fit, when you are vital, when you feel alive, when you're full of energy, there's nothing in your life you can't do. I don't care how much focus you have, you know what you want, you're a business person, whatever. But if you wake up every day feeling like crap, you are not at your full potential. So for me, the number one thing is to be vital. And I'm going to explain to you my tips, my secrets on how to be vital with what you eat, how you exercise, how you rest. What are my secrets? And the second thing is, you know, when you're living your life, when you are living your purpose and your passion, then you feel fulfilled. And when you're fulfilled inside, then you project that to the world. And then those people who are looking at you get inspired to be fulfilled too. Does that make sense? So living life is about finding purpose and passion and just going for it. Yeah? And so I'm going to explain to you my ways of finding that, and also not just finding it and then losing it, but finding it and maintaining it, and also being able to catch myself when I'm kind of slip sliding away and I know I'm not living life. I can feel it. And then helping others to learn to live love. What is love really? What is love? Love, first of all, is learning to love yourself exactly as you are in this moment. And it's learning to love and accept others exactly as they are. And then it's learning to spread that out and to love those and be of service to those who don't have love or who need love. You know? It's when we're loving and we're giving that we're able to make the world a better place. So today, tonight, sorry, I want to just share with you my secrets to living fit, living life, living love. So let's start with living fit. Monique, maybe you can move that slideshow down a bit for me to the next one.
All right.
So while Monique is getting there, the first thing that I want to address is the topic of diet and nutrition. And the first thing I want to say, I put the word diet up there because that word is so old school. It is has so much meaning to it that is negative, that I want to say to you right now, drop the diet, drop the word diet, and bring in the word nutrition into your life. So drop the word diet, ditch the word diet. I want you to ditch the scale, and I want you to ditch counting calories. And I want you to instead look at yourself in the mirror and see your body, this physical form that you are, as simply a temple to house your soul. That is all this body is. God gave you the body that you have as a temple to house your soul, to be a home for your soul. And the better that you take care of this body, the better that you treat it, not just with what you put in it and put on it, but what you put up here in your mind, the more it will respond and give you exactly what you want. So I want you to make a commitment to me today, just for the next 90 days. Ditch the word diet. Don't get on a scale. Stop counting calories. Look at your body as a temple of the divine and love your body exactly as it is. So people ask me all the time, what do you eat? You're like, there's no body fat. What do you do? I mean, I don't even think that way. I eat to give myself vitality. So I call what I do a high vitality diet, meaning that I put into my body only foods that are nutritious, alive, and feeding my cells. If you want to put it into kind of like, some of the fancy terms, a lot of people think, are you a vegetarian? No, I'm not a vegetarian. I used to be a vegetarian. When I turned 30 and started having kids, vegetarian didn't work for me anymore. I didn't have enough protein. My muscle mass was not there. And I became, I started eating chicken and fish. So I am not a vegetarian. A lot of people now are following this paleo diet, sort of eating from back to the earth. I kind of feel like my diet is a combination of vegetarian and paleo, and there's a nice little word for that, and it's called a pagan diet. So pagan diet means that I'm eating mostly a plant-based diet. So I'd say 80% of my diet is plant-based. I do eat chicken and fish from as organic and close to the earth sources as possible. My diet is very alkaline. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. So I try to avoid acidic producing foods, and I'm going to tell you why. And I follow what's called the 80-10-10 rule 80% of the time. The 80-10-10 rule 80% of the time. So 80-10-10 rule means if you look at your plate when you sit down to eat, 80% of that plate is live, not necessarily uncooked, but high vitality fruits and vegetables, things from the earth. 10% is protein, whether it comes from legumes or it comes from animal protein. And if it's from animal protein, it's simple, it's good source protein, clean fish, clean chicken. If you do eat meat, grass-fed cows if possible. And then 10% carbohydrate, and carbohydrate from the most elevated source of carbohydrate. And I practice that 80% of the time. Listen, I love to go out to eat. I love food. I love partying. I love hanging out with my friends. I love my wines. If you restrict your life to, I am vegetarian, I am this, I am that, and label yourself so much that you label yourself out of having fun, then you're just going to feel deprived. And this is not what life is about. Life is about living it to the fullest. So 80-10-10 rule 80% of the time. Rest of the 20% of the time, do whatever you want and get back on track. Keep it simple. Some of the main takeaways that I teach in my detox program, but are part of my daily routine, is every single morning as I get out of bed, I drink a 8 to 10 glass of lime or room temperature lime or lemon water. That just immediately kicks your digestive system going. It cleanses your liver, gives you a great shot of vitamin C, so it's great for boosting your immunity, and it alkalines your body. And again, we'll talk about alkalining. Another great thing that I've incorporated into my life since I did that first detox 3.5 years ago now is my green juice in the morning. So that was such a hard thing for me. Like, who drinks a green juice made of vegetables in the morning? You know, I'm like a granola type of girl. I need something to crunch and chew. But can I tell you, when I don't have my green juice in the morning, I don't feel good. It just kind of elevates me. Why? Because in that 1 8-ounce cup or 10-ounce cup or whatever, you are packing so many phytonutrients, so many minerals, so many things that your body needs for vitality and for energy in a form, in a liquid form, so it's easy to digest and for your body to get it right away. It's also alkalining again. So my green juice, my lemon water in my morning. Keeping your meal at night light is super important. And I'll tell you why. Your body, all the disease in your body happens between here, your throat, and your pelvic floor. All of it happens in your gut. So your body needs 12 hours at night to rest. Your digestive system needs 12 hours at night to rest and repair itself and do all the bodily functions that it needs to do. So keep a light sleep at night. Keep your diet mostly plant-based. Light meal at night. Keep your diet mostly plant-based. And get sleep at night. Sleep. Get 8 hours sleep. We're going to talk more about that. So I love this little quote here. 30% of your abs are made in the gym and 70% is what you eat. And that is absolute truth. The other day I was in Kingston jogging up a mountain spring, and this young girl stopped me. She goes, "Can you just tell me your secret? Like, what do you do to get your abs looking like that? How come your belly is so flat?" And I said, it has nothing to do with the gym or exercise. It's all how you eat. You eat in an alkaline state, you will not have inflammation in your body, you will not hold on to excess weight. So that is kind of my little, in a nutshell, my wisdom on nutrition. So think about this temple that you have, and how are you going to feed this temple in the best way possible with the most beauty. It's like if you had a temple, would you bring plastic flowers to the temple? Would you bring packaged plastic flowers to the temple, or would you bring fresh, beautiful flowers, right? Think about what you're putting into this body. So many people get stuck in toxic food patterns that they don't even know how to get. They don't even have taste buds anymore. The minute that you look at what you're eating and stop eating things that come out of a can, a bag, or a box, then your whole body starts to change. And I'll talk about that a little bit more. Now I want to go on to exercise and fitness. If anybody has any questions, please throw them out there for Monique to let me know. So I love this one. You don't have to eat less, you just have to eat right. Listen, nobody eats more than me. You gotta see my plate. I love to eat, right? It's about loving your food and eating, but eating what's right for you. And the closer you stay to source, the closer that you stay to natural food, the better your body will be. Okay, so exercise and fitness. I've been saying this since my Shakti days. Fitness is no longer an option. Fitness is a way of life. You have to activate your body. You know, my mentor, Tony Robbins, he says this line, and it always sticks to me and it sticks with me. And it says, you know what the word emotion has in it? The word emotion has in it motion. If you want to change your state, if you want to put yourself in a headspace for success and positive thinking, you have to move this body. You have to breathe. You have to move the chi, the life force, the energy around. So fitness is not an option. One of the things I teach in my detox is how to create also what Tony Robbins calls your hour of power. Listen, we don't have time. There was back in the day at Shakti, I used to work out 3 hours a day. My body looks 10 times better now working out for 1 hour a day, right? Work out less. Create an hour of power, something that makes your body so powerful that you're moving, that you're breathing, that you're thinking positive thoughts, that you're building strength. So working out smarter, not harder, is the key to success. For me, getting my workout done in the morning is absolutely a key. When I'm done, when I wake up that 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm done my workout by 6 or 7 o'clock, my day has just started. Already, I'm in a positive mental state. Already, I can face anything that comes my way. Already, I have checked off one of my things on my to-do list. So if you're not a morning workout person, see if you can become one. I had to become one, when I had kids, because it's the only time of the day I have to myself. And here's another thing about fitness, and another one of my favorite Tony Robbins sayings is, if it's not scheduled, it's not real. If you look at my journal every day, my fitness classes are scheduled every single day from now till next week. It's the first thing that I schedule, my hour of power for myself. That's my time, non-negotiable. Nobody could get in the way for me to do what I need to do to get my mental state ready and to take care of my body. So let me tell you a little bit about, I love this, you're one workout away from a good mood. I always tell my kids, bye, going to get my hour of power. I'll come back with some happy hormones. Working out, you all know this, it just gives you a happy state of mind. So I've never, ever, ever regretted working out. So whether you're exhausted and, of course not over-exhausted, but there's no excuse, move your body. So what are the 4 elements of fitness? This is super important, and I want to really share this. For years, all I ever did was run and practice yoga. It was when I turned 40 and had my 2nd child and then my 3rd child at 43, my doctor said to me, you can do everything, Sharon, that you do, but I just don't want you to run. I'm like, what? No running? How do I get my cardio? How, that's how I stay fit. And he said, no, you can do strength training. I'd never lifted a weight in my life. And I remember I hired Nadine Prendergast. You guys, some of you may know her from Shakti Day. She came to my house. I never knew this woman. And she gave me some 2 and 3 pound weights. And I did my first workout. And I swear I could not walk for a week. I couldn't even sit on the toilet. But from that day forward, at age 40, I started incorporating strength training into my program and less of long hours of cardio. You've got to, the whole concept of just doing hours and hours of cardio is completely old school. You have to be incorporating strength training. Strength training is a fountain of youth for those of you who want to maintain a strong physical body. And it's not just for how you look. This is going to carry you through your life. When you get to 50 and 60 and 70 and 80, anything can happen. If you're not agile, if you're not balanced, if you're not strong, how are you going to lift things off the wall? You're going to be a helpless human being. How are you going to get up off the floor if you fall down to call 911? How are you going to help yourself? Do you want to be a 60-year-old having people having to help you, or do you want to be vital and full of life? The key to that is strength training. What do I mean by strength training? Look up the word functional fitness. I mean fitness classes that have an element of light weights and lots of movement, functional movement, left, right, side, back ways, using the left and right hemispheres of the brain, using resistance to build strength, but also to build agility and to use the brain to move. So functional fitness. So what I incorporate every week and what makes me feel good is 1 or 2 days a week of some kind of endurance cardio exercise, whether it's swimming or running or spinning or dancing if you like to dance. So something that keeps your heart, you want your heart to be healthy. And then 2 or 3 days a week, I find something called a functional fitness class. Now, this can be so many different things. One of the things that I use for my functional fitness is Pilates. You know that, and I'll tell you a little bit of story about Pilates in a bit. And then Absolutely. If you're not doing it now, I don't care how fit you are, if you're not incorporating yoga or some kind of stretching or flexibility class, or classes where you're melting your muscles and loosening up the fascia around your joints and tendons, then you're going to be a fit, stiff, big muscled, immobile person. You want to be agile. You want to be your body able to move quickly. That's what you want to do. So my suggestion is moderate cardio exercise 2 to 3 times a week, something that you enjoy. Functional fitness, strength training, building muscle, keeping your muscle tone. Do you know that for a woman over the age of 40 loses 1 pound of muscle mass and 3 pounds and gains 3 pounds of fat for every year over 40? So just imagine, if you're not strength training, you're going to lose 1 pound of muscle mass, and you're going to gain 3 pounds of fat. That means by the time you're 70, you're going to have lost almost half of your muscle mass. You're going to be weak, hunched over, unable to help yourself. So my suggestion is get into a great habit now. Find some functional fitness that works for you, that you enjoy. Incorporate yoga in your program. And I want to do a whole nother webinar about yoga, because yoga is my life. But for today, just whatever it is, if you're only just using yoga as a form of cross training, then add it to your life. The benefits of yoga just are so beyond, but you'll get that once you get started. And then most important component to fitness is rest. And that was a big one for me. I used to push myself like no other person. You know, I couldn't stop exercising. I was almost an addict. So rest is so important. Rest 1 day a week at least from all physical activity. And super, super important is something that I've just maybe in the last year really come to grasp and understand, is the importance of sleep. Oh my God. I used to pride myself on how little sleep I got. You know, when I lived in Kingston and ran Shakti, I had to open the gym at 4:45 in the morning. Sometimes I left at 9 o'clock at night. By the time I came home, barely saw my kids, stayed up to do whatever I had to do, and 4 hours later I was up again, and I could just keep going. Yeah, because I was drinking 10 cups of coffee a day, you know. So sleep plays a critical role in your personal and fitness goals, and also in your mental state. Sleep gives you energy. So if you're tired and fatigued, you're going to have less energy and motivation to push through your workouts. You see, what I want to teach you is that everything that you do in life, I want you to do it to the best of your ability. So if you need your sleep so that you can give yourself the best workout every time you get to that mat, so you're not just sitting there like going through the motions of a workout. Every damn time you hit the gym or hit the road or hit your yoga mat or whatever it is that you do, hit the dance floor, you give it everything you have. Sleep affects your hormones, right? If you're not sleeping, your hormones go completely out of whack. My ladies who ask me about menopause, sleep is so important. Sleep is where your muscles heal. The tissues restore yourself. So when you exercise, you break down, you tear down the muscles. When you sleep, you rest and repair them, and they come back stronger. Sleep, listen to this, guys. Sleep is so connected to healthy weight loss and to maintaining a healthy weight. When you are tired, your body starts to crave foods that are going to boost it up. Sweet foods, salty foods. When you have a rested brain, you are so much more capable of making better food choices. So sleep and fitness and nutrition and your mood and your ability to do what you want to do in your life is so important. And I'm going to suggest that you really start to look at your life and make sure that you're getting at least 7.5 to 8 hours sleep at night. And if you can get 10 hours, even better. So yeah, sleep. There's a great book by the lady, the Huffington Post, Andrea Huffington. It's called Sleeping. It's called Thrive, and there's a chapter in there called Sleeping Your Way to the Top, and it was just about how sleep became such a critical part of her success in her life. So get a lot of sleep. So next thing that I want to talk about before we take a little break is detox. I love this. Eat healthy, sleep well, breathe. Yeah. So detox. I absolutely cannot talk enough about how important detox has been to my life, my health, my transformation in the last 3 years. I feel like I'm reversing my age because of detox. Now I'm actually on a 21-day detox. I do a 21-day detox once a year, and then I maybe do a 7-day detox as well twice a year. Okay, so one full 21 days and then a 7-day and a 7-day. But I realized when I got back, when I turned 50, I realized, some of you may not know, but I took this amazing trip to Bali, and then I came back and it was my 50th birthday party, and then I did a triathlon, and I've been on this like incredible roll for the last 6 weeks of my life. And I suddenly stopped last week and said, it's now, almost the middle of the year and you haven't done your 21-day detox. Now is the time. I just felt it. My body felt it. All that traveling, all that excess partying. I felt out of balance. I felt my digestion a little bit off. So right now I'm on a 21-day detox. So for me, detox is so important. And I'm going to tell you the one reason why. The one and most important reason why is that the world right now is toxic. Does anybody disagree with me? The world is toxic. And if the world is toxic, it's because we are toxic inside. We have been polluting our bodies the same way that we're polluting. You see all this plastic that you see everywhere? That plastic went into the body with those sugary drinks and that packaged food, and then got tossed out, onto the roads and into the rivers and into the seas. The world is toxic, therefore we are toxic. The air that we're breathing in, I don't care if you're living on top of the Himalayas, is toxic. Therefore our lungs are toxic. The water that we're drinking, I don't care if it comes from bottled water, which is the worst, if it's coming out of your pipe or if it's coming off your roof. Even the bloody rain is toxic. It's acid rain. So the water, the food, the air that we're breathing is toxic. This computer that I'm looking at you with, and these things here, these new body parts that we have grown that never leave us, they're tucked into our bras and our back pockets and under our arms and never leave our sides, are just full of radiation. This is toxins. This is toxins that scientists haven't even been able to measure yet how much they're affecting us. Let's not even talk about toxic relationships that we're experiencing or toxic work environments that we have. Let's not talk about the toxic things that we're putting on our bodies. It's not just what we're putting in our bodies, what we're putting on our bodies. Do you know that the average woman puts 512 different toxic chemicals on her body before she walks out the door in the morning? Me included. I'm talking about the nail polish, the hair dye, the lipstick, the facial stuff, the underarm deodorant, the perfume, the body lotion. This is 500, the shampoo, the conditioner. There are 512 different chemicals we're putting on body. It's not that we're doing this. It's a cumulative effect, long-term effect of just adding toxins in. And what happens? What are toxins? What do toxins look like when they come in our bodies? Toxins turn into acid. Toxins convert into an acidic state in our body. When your body is in a toxic overload, it starts giving you signs, symptoms. I'm going to name a few of them. And these are some of the symptoms that led me to do detox. Indigestion, can't digest your food, you get bloated, you're constantly burping, or you get constipation or diarrhea or burning in your stomach or something. You can feel that something is not right. Bad taste in your mouth, indigestion. Allergies, oh my God. It's like everybody has allergies or sinus and conditions or something. This is all signs of toxins. Eczema, skin conditioning, weird patches of things coming up on your skin or adult acne, headaches, migraines, severe PMS or really severe menopause. I'm going to talk about menopause. anxiety, depression, negative states of mind constantly. Fatigue. This is a big one. Maybe you're getting those 8 to 10 hours of sleep at night, but you wake up exhausted. Chronic fatigue. And another big one is on being unable to lose weight, even though you're right, going to the gym, you're eating as best as possible, you eat right, you think, you go to the gym, but you're unable to lose weight, and especially weight around the middle, around the waist. These are all signs that your body is in overload and you need to give it a rest. And this is what detox is about. Detox is such a huge buzzword now. There are many different styles, but my detox program is not about starvation at all. But it's about eliminating those toxic triggers that are in our body, that are in our diet, that we're doing constantly every day without even thinking. So caffeine, alcohol, wheat, gluten, dairy products, sugar, nicotine, acidic producing foods. These are things that over time create this toxic environment in our bodies. And when our body is in an acidic state, it cannot function properly. When the body is in an acidic state, and I go through this in so much detail on my detox program, the blood cells protect themselves. And so from the acid, but also then all the good stuff can't go into your blood. You feel sluggish, you feel exhausted, you can't digest your food, you have headaches, you're just uncomfortable, you feel like crap. So to me, detox is like fitness. It's not in the world that we're living in right now. If you're not giving your body a complete rest, even if you're a yogi who lives on top of the mountain and eats vegan food all day, just the world that we're living in right now, you need to give yourself periodic time, moments of your life, 7 days, 3 days, 21 days, for the body to just stop and rest. So my detox program, and I want to talk a little bit about it because I have 2 fabulous detoxes coming up in June, and then not again until October or November of next year. But my program has three parts to it and 5 pillars. The 3 parts is we put you into a 3-day pre-detox program. So we don't just throw you into the program. We ease your body into it. We have 7 days of detox, or 21 days if you do my January detox. 7 days of detox where we eliminate what I call the bad boys: your sugar, your alcohol, your wheat, your caffeine, your dairy, your acidic producing foods. But then we feed your body, incorporate high vitality, organic, nutritious as possible food into your system to support the detox process. And then we accelerate the program with yoga, with breathing, with colonics, with body care, self-care, with deep rest, sleep, meditation, and then group motivation. So my programs are amazing. And I had a wonderful phone call yesterday that just completely validated everything. Some days you wake up, you're like, what the hell am I doing? Like, what? I have to do this. Why did I think about doing this free webinar? Do you know how much work it gets put into this? You know what I have to do? I don't make anything from this. But when I got that call yesterday, it was like divine timing. I was having one of those days, like, what am I doing? And I got a call from a client who did my Kingston detox in March last year. He came to the detox because his throat cancer had reappeared. Now he not only had 1 tumor on his throat, he had 2. And the doctors were advising him to do surgery immediately. And he did my 7-day program, and at the end of it, he mentally I knew nothing about this, decided that he was not going to do that surgery, but he was going to continue this program for a year. Well, I got a call yesterday to say that the doctors don't know what's happening or why, but he's cancer-free. There's nothing left in his throat. He's cancer-free. All he says, Sharon, all I have done is I do my lime water every morning, my lemon water. I drink my green juice every day. I do my hour of power. I've eliminated coffee. This is a person who only slept 3 hours a night. He used to drink 10 cups of coffee a day. I've eliminated the caffeine complete. That's the one thing I never went back to. So I sleep every night 8 to 10 hours, and in that sleep is when your body is able to rest and repair itself. It's cancer free. So for me, going forward for optimal health, you have to commit to detoxing your body, and there's no better way I know about doing it than to be in a supportive group environment. I'd love you, Monique, if you can scroll to the next thing, you know, I'd love you to consider tonight at the end of the program. I just thought I would put it in there that if you book into either my Kingston or Montego Bay detox, so my Kingston detox is June 22nd to 28th, and that will also be offered online, so you're able to join from anywhere in the world, or my Montego Bay detox, June 1 to 7. In the next 24 hours, you'll get a special $25 US off the program. And at the end of tonight, you'll get a recording of this program and a link to where you can sign up and commit to your detox. So I hope as many of you will join me, because that is really one of the biggest takeaways from my life and from the last 3 years is, and how it's changed my entire perspective, you know, and how I feel so good. So let's just pause here. Monique, are there any questions right now in terms of my Live Fit section of this webinar?
No direct questions as yet, but I would like to also point out that if you scroll down to the bottom of this webpage, you'll see a link to, or actually a form to register for either the Moby or the Kingston detox programs. So you can have a look at that after the detox. I mean, after
the webinar. Yeah, hopefully you'll join the detox. I just want as many people on the planet as possible doing this for themselves. It's not just, it's also so good for the planet. When we are clean inside, we make better choices for the earth. And this is so what my mission and life in life about is, how to honor this earth. So the next thing I want to talk about is the next component of my mantra. So there's Live Fit and there's Live Life. Live life. What is living life? What does that mean to me? You know, living life to me is living a life with purpose and with passion. You know, I wake up every single day and I can't even contain myself. I don't have hours in my day to do what I want to do in terms of sharing this work that I do with you and with as many people as I can. So the most important thing that you can do for yourself is to find out what your purpose on earth is. Every single one of you listening to this webinar, every single one of us on this planet came into this planet, into this earth, into this body with some unique talent. It's not what your parents thought you should do, because if I love my parents to death, but I'm not my parents. And if I ever followed what they thought was best for my life, that would be scary. You know, I had to fight through that and really become my own person. But you've got to find out what is your real purpose on earth. You see, when that came to me that time when I was on that detox, Sharon, your purpose on earth is to live fit, live life, live love, and to show others how to do the same. It was like everything fell into place. Boom, boom, boom. Everything just like happened for me. And I was able to let go. In that moment, I was able to let go all the attachments that I had. It was so difficult to leave Shakti Mind Body Fitness, to walk away from that. But I knew that my gifts were so much bigger than a physical building or a geographical place, that I had to go out into the world. And I feel like I'm just beginning. So finding out what your purpose and your passion is, and one of the tools to get there is yoga and meditation. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Positive thinking is also an amazing tool. I love this little slide here. That's my family. That's my big daughter Toby, who's much taller than me now. She's 16, and then there's Elias, who's turning 10 in a couple of weeks, and there's my little Noah, who's 7. You know, and the only thing missing is my incredible husband from this picture. But this saying, "This is going to be the best day of my life," came from this incredible 97-year-old yogi that I met last December, that I hosted here at Montego Bay. And she's actually going to be in Kingston this weekend doing a whole weekend worth of seminars. You can check Afia Yoga Center about it. She's also teaching a community yoga class at Hope Gardens on Saturday morning. Go to the Afia website or go to the Jamaica Yoga Association Facebook page and you'll see everything, or go to my Facebook page and see everything that Tao is doing. But Tao is the oldest living yoga master in the world. And when I sat with her and asked, I said, Tao, what is your secret? You know, I mean, you should see this woman. She is incredible. She makes me look like I've never done yoga in my life, you know. I thought she's going to tell me, you know, you have to do this pose or that. She says, Sharon, I wake up every single day and say, this is the best day of my life. This is the best day of my life. So that is something that I've incorporated, and every single morning as my eyes open, my tendency is to just get out of bed and get going, but I just lie there and I go, this is the best day of my life. And when I'm driving my kids to school and they're grumpy and they're complaining, I make them say, this is the best day of my life. It's like this mantra that I've just incorporated in my life, and I can actually, when I say it, I actually feel my cells vibrate with a different type of energy. Monique is giving me a question here. She says, would you like to invite people to join the video chat? They can ask live questions. Yes, absolutely, Monique. Could you please invite people to join the video chat? I have no idea how to do that.
All right.
How do you do that?
You guys can check your email in about 5 minutes.
Okay, so check your email. Switch over to your email in about 5 minutes, and you'll be able to join the live video chat. So you can ask me live questions as we go along. I just wish you were right here and we could be having some high vitality snacks and drinking some green juice and being together. Anyway, I feel you, and you know, we're just in the field of consciousness. This is the beauty of technology. So positive thinking, though, that statement, this is the best day of my life, is a positive thought, right, to charge your body with. But I want you to also be very clear that positive thinking is not expecting the best just because you think it's positive, and you know, so if I think positive, it's going to be positive. That's an illusion. True positive thinking is knowing that what is happening now in your life is the best thing for your future development and for your advancement and for your growth. So the secret to positive thinking is to accept and love yourself right now, exactly as you are. You have to love your body into fitness. You have to love your body into your ideal weight. You have to love your body so much that you are able to let go of the past and let go of things and jobs and relationships and things that happen to you in your life that are no longer serving you. You have to love yourself in this moment so much that you're willing to let go so that you can move forward. One of my yoga teachers says this thing, and I say it to my kids all the time. Every single moment in your life is an opportunity for a grievance or for a miracle. You can choose when you're walking down the road, when you're meeting somebody. You know, every person that comes into your life, it comes in for some reason, and you can choose to see things happening in your life as an opportunity for a miracle, or you can be negative about it. What are you going to choose? That's your decision. And another great saying about one of the 5 great teachings of yoga that I love, there are 5 major teachings, but one that I love is that life is beautiful, but it's only when you are relaxed that you remember. If you're in a constant state of stress, if you're in a constant state of aggression and holding on and tightness coiled up, you can't see what's around you. And the minute you change your state and bring yourself into a state of relaxation through meditation, through yoga, through your exercise, through eating right, through positive thinking, then you're able to realize, oh my God, you know, I really have this beautiful life and I'm blessed. And what a better way to live, you know? And a very, very important part of this, this part about living life is that you are the sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Do you know that? Think about the 5 people that you spend the most time with in your life, and they define you. So you better make sure that the 5 people that you're surrounding yourself with and spending your time with are damn ass, kick-ass people who are inspiring you to greatness, who catch you on your shit, who challenge you to move out of your comfort zone. If you're going to the gym and you just have this trainer that is like heavyweight, you know, brings you down, criticizes you, you know, doesn't look good or inspire you, you're wasting your time. Go to a trainer that is freaking kick-ass, hot-looking, motivated, full of energy, and see how your body changes. If you're hanging around people who are sitting on the couch eating potato chips and watching TV all day, that's what you're going to become. Get away from that. If you have somebody who's constantly complaining about life and the government and their children and their mother and their parents, you're going to be that person. You've got to surround yourself with kick-ass people who are positive and who are out there filling their mission, living their life, they know their purpose, and they're sharing their passion with the world. And then you'll see your life start to change. That's a huge game changer, okay? Something I want you to start tonight before you go to bed. Write down, make a list of the 5 people that you're hanging out with the most, and make sure they are kick-ass people, okay, to inspire you. And last but not least, I want you to get really comfortable with change. Yeah. Life is not about being in a box. You've got to shift and change and be willing to let go and jump off the cliff of the unknown. Go to places that you've never been to before in your heart and in your mind and physically, so that you can expand your awareness. You know, all of us have a story about who we are and how we got there and why we can't do this and why we can't do that. You know, you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, every single day, oh my God, I hate my body. My bones are too big. My shoulders are too broad. You know, my hips are too big. I wish I had skinny legs. You can't change that. But what you can do is change your story, you know, and what you can do is change your strategy. You know, if you have big bones, you can't do anything about that, but maybe you can change your fitness and your nutrition and how you look at yourself and think about yourself in the world. You know, so don't be afraid of struggle. Don't be afraid of failure. It's in the struggle and the failures that we get stronger. God knows I've had many of those. So moving on from living life, one of the keys to living life, and one of the keys that helped me to find out what is my purpose, what is my passion, is really going deep inside through meditation. Now, meditation is not an easy thing to do. Monique, if you could switch this slide for me. If you don't have a meditation practice, I'd love you to try and incorporate one. There are thousands of websites right now with fabulous short meditations. Even if you meditate for 3 minutes, 5 minutes a day, it can change you from being the person that is here. This is not you. This is not the real you. This is your mind. Inside of you in your heart is the real you. And when you get to that place of quiet inside, often enough, you're able to see who you really are, without the labels, without the hats, without the conditioning, without the socialization. And you're able to see who you really are. And when you get to that place of knowing who you really are, then you know what your purpose is in life. Then you can figure that out. And then you can put your passion behind it and share your gifts with the world. So try to find a meditation practice. Monique, could you switch this slide for me, please, to meditation? I'll just go ahead, because I think she's probably working on that email. But meditation helps you to stop looking for happiness on the outside, you know? Hold on 1 second. She's trying to get me here. So meditation helps you to stop looking to the outside for your happiness or your satisfaction. It's all inside of you. Waiting for people to join. Hold on 1 second, everybody. Yeah. Monique? I'm frozen. Oh. So what do I do? Do what? What do I do? Okay. Okay, we're having a little technical difficulties here, guys. This is from Monique. So we'll be back in a few seconds. Try refreshing your page at the top. Okay, I'm back on to join this video call. What's happening? Monique? Okay, okay. So guys, hang in there with me. Monique is just trying to fix something. Beauty of technology is that there are always technological difficulties and you have to learn how to overcome them, and that's why you bring in the experts like Monique. Definitely is not my field of expertise. I'm on now. Oh. All right. Am I on now? Monique? Okay. All right. So continue. All right. So can you go to it says learn to meditate? Okay. All right. So looks like our slides are not working, but just talking about meditation. Meditation helps me to look for happiness on the inside. You know, we're always searching outside for happiness. You know, if we buy this, we'll be happy. If we move into this house, we'll be happy. If we get this relationship, we'll be happy. If we get this job, we'll be happy. If we move here, happiness is not external, it's in here. You can have all of that. But if you're not happy in here, none of that is meaningful. Also, meditation helps you to focus, to accomplish more. It's just an incredible tool that is so simple, but so hard for so many of us to do. So, you know, there are lots of tools out there online right now, lots and lots of sites that can help you to learn how to meditate. Little short, brief moments of meditation daily. Meditation helps you with less FOMO. FOMO, the fear of missing out. Do you know that feeling? Like, do you have that feeling sometimes? Oh my God, I'm missing out on life. Meditation helps you to just be happy with the present moment. And really and truly, that is a key to happiness. And then meditation helps you with more YOLO, Y-O-L-O, more of you only live once, right? So definitely find a meditation practice that you can stick to and try to do something every day. That's such a big, big, big component to happiness and healthiness. All right, so moving along now to taking a walk on the wild side. So that is like my favorite song, that Lou Reed song, Take a Walk on the Wild Side. Like, part of living life is committing to seeing life as this one big adventure, because really and truly it is. It's just an adventure. We are here for such a short period of time. Let's just live life to the fullest. You need to stop thinking about what everybody else thinks about you. Guys, that is like the worst thing that you can do for yourself. And we live in a society here in Jamaica. I know not everybody here is from Jamaica, where, you know, there's lots of people watching and people commenting on who you are and what you do. You know, the minute you just live from your authentic place, take a walk on the wild side. Just stop thinking what other people think about you and just live your life the way that is authentic and real to you. And some of the tools that I use is, you know, do something that scares you every day. Push the envelope of what you think you're capable. So I do this in my fitness all the time. Like, I'm always trying to push the envelope, go, you know, take it to another level. It's, you know, it's scary sometimes, but I push myself to another level because that helps me to push myself in my career. It helps me to push myself as a parent. It helps me to push myself as a wife. It helps me to push my creativity. So every day do something that scares you, and every month do something new. And I go back to fitness here. If you're doing the same old boring fitness over and over again, you're going to get the same old boring results, zero changes. You want to see changes in your body? Do something new. Try a dance class. Try Pilates. Let me tell you, Pilates, when I had a Pilates studio at Shakti for, somebody owned a Pilates studio within Shakti, my fitness center, for 3 years. I never went in there. I thought Pilates was for old people. You know, I'll do that when I get old. Man, I decided to try Pilates, and it is the most kick-ass form of functional fitness that I know. And, you know, it's just totally changed up my fitness. So the one thing that's I'm going to talk a little bit about how to stay motivated, but, you know, do something scary and something new, something different every month. Stop, you know, come out of your box. And then another great thing, and one thing I'm definitely incorporating, having just come back from this incredible trip to Bali a few weeks ago, is travel somewhere new every year. It just opens up your eyes to so much. This world that we're living in is so vast. We have so much to learn. You know, when we go and travel, we get inspired to come back and do what we do better. So do something that scares you every day. Learn something new every month and travel somewhere different every year. Great tips for living life. And then finally, because I don't want to lose you, I want to just give you a couple more minutes because I know it's getting late. But practice self-love, practice self-care, radical self-care, caring for yourself, and practice service. In yoga, we call it seva, selfless service, seva. Practice giving back, giving to yourself, getting outside of yourself and giving back to others is really the secret to living a really good life. I truly believe this. Before you can really love somebody else, before you can really love your child unconditionally or love your partner unconditionally, you have to love yourself exactly as you are. And therefore you can love that other person exactly as they are. The minute that you put expectations on that person that you love, and that I love you if you're like this, if you do this, that's not love. You gotta learn to love yourself first, exactly as you are. And when you get to that place through your meditation, through healthy living, through positive thinking, then you're able to love other people. And I'd love you to flip to the next slide. This slide here, learn how to take, not that one, the one about self-care. Learn how to radically take care of yourself. Where did it go? Can you go back to that, Monique? I love this thing by Jim Rohn. The greatest gift you can give to somebody is your own personal development. I used to say, if you will take care of me, I'll take care of you. Now I say, I'll take care of me for you if you will take care of you for me. The greatest gift you can give the people around you that you love, the greatest inspiration you can give your children, the greatest thing that you can give your husband or your wife or your parents or those people around you, or even those people who work for you, is for you to take care of yourself, for you to be the best, most shiny, most positive, most passionate, most fulfilled person. That's the best gift that you can give somebody. And then that inspires the other person to do the same. And if we're all living this way, just imagine what a better world this would be. And part of that component is learning to realize that there are people, you know, yes, we have to live and we have to make money and blah, but you've got to give back too. You've got to have moments like this where you're just sharing your passion just because this is what you do. and you want to inspire others. So whatever it is, whatever unique talent that you have, give back and give it back without any expectation of anything in return. So that's the last component of my mantra, live fit, because if you're not healthy, if you're not living with optimal energy, you can't do the other two things. Live life, find your purpose, find your passion, let go of the things that are not serving you and move on. Surround yourself by positive people. And then learn to love yourself, because what the world needs is more love. Love for yourself, love for each other, love for the planet. So, in a nutshell, those are my secrets to living a happy, healthy life that's full of energy and vitality. And if you do all of those things, you'll glow, you'll feel good, and the people around you will start to change. It's like that one drop in the still lake that just rays out. So, you know, when we finish a yoga practice, we end with the word namaste. And namaste means the light in me bows to the light in you. And I truly believe that my light is exactly the same as your light. And I truly believe that my duty to you is to keep my light shining bright. Because if my inner light is shining bright, I'm able to illuminate your light too. So before I go into the Q&A time and we end this session together, I just want to really say namaste. I am just here shining my light to you, and I hope that my words and my experiences help you to shine your light too. So there are a few questions that were emailed to me, and I'll just kind of go over them really quickly. One of them is, how do I deal with menopause? That's huge. I mean, I'm 50, I'm premenopausal, I'm heading that direction right now. Thank God I don't have any of the symptoms, but I do believe that it's because of how I eat and the balance that I've created in my life. So, you know, a lot of us are struggling with menopause. I have a lot of friends. I mean, it's awful to see what they're going through. The night sweats, the moodiness, the weight gain, the headaches, all of the above. I truly believe clean up your diet. Detox your body, give your body a rest. Move your body, get physical. Change your mindset. You know, get unstuck from all those old patterns and get unstuck and take a walk on the wild side. Those are the things that are going to help you move through menopause with ease. We all have to go through menopause if you're a woman. We all have to go through it. But we can do it with more ease and effortlessness if we take care of ourselves. Another question came in is, how do I stay motivated? This one is from Betty Campbell. How do you keep going after you've started and constantly maintain a routine? How not to go back to the old habits and undo all the good stuff that you've achieved with so much effort? Betty, that is such a great question. And one of the things, you know, I talked a little bit about tonight, let's just really talk about, you know, fitness and how you're eating, and, you know, you get on this really good roll, and then 3 months later you look back and, oh my God, you're back to a terrible diet, and you're no longer going to the gym, and you feel like crap. You're like, how did that happen? Well, you've got to have a purpose. Why are you going to the gym? Are you just going there to beat your body up, you know, every single day? Oh God, I overate last night, so I need to go to the gym for 3 hours today and punish myself. I hate myself, so I'm going to exercise. If that's your mindset, you're going to drop out, because that's unsustainable. If you go to the gym because this is what I need to stay happy and healthy, I need this hour of power to clear my mind, to detox my body, to sweat out all my toxins, to breathe and bring life force into my body, then you're going to stick with that program. You've got to have a plan. You can't just go and do the same thing over and over again. You know, so many people go, you know, I go on the treadmill for 3 hours every day, and my body's just not changing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If I had a great saying up at Shaki, nothing changes unless something changes. You've got to mix things up. You have to look at your schedule every day and plan what you're going to eat, and plan how you're going to exercise, and plan how you're going to avoid those people and those circumstances that don't make you feel good. You've got to get control of your life. And then you have to be accountable. You know, for me, my accountability is ticking off the things that I say I'm going to do, Or that's where your kick-ass friends come into play. You know, those people that are going to say, hey, did you go to the gym today? Hey, did you write that blog that you said you were going to do today? Have people that hold you accountable and call you on your shit. That's super important. And another question is, how do I know if I need a detox? Go on my website, www.livefitdetox.com. There's a section there, how do I know if I need a detox? And it gives you the 12 major signs. But like I said before, I named them before: fatigue, constant fatigue, indigestion, sinus problems, eczema, anxiety, PMS, can't sleep at night, insomnia. These are some of the signs that something's not right. You shouldn't be feeling that way. And if you're feeling that way, those are the little tiny signs that your body is saying, hey, pay attention to me, do something. And over time, if you don't do something, that turns into chronic disease, major disease, and then you have problems. So Monique says she has a few questions in the chat room. So Monique?
Yes, we do. So one person had asked, I'm not sure who this is, how were you able to get out of your depression? And were you afraid that you found yourself getting angry during that period?
Oh my God, great question. Yeah, I was depressed and I was angry. I was really angry at myself. I'm like, I had two major businesses that I built. One was Starfish Oils and one was Shakti Mind Body Fitness. And I walked away from both of them. First one was because of I was tied into a marriage that wasn't working. You just walked away. I was like, you take it. And I walked away, and I was really angry at myself for doing that for years. I'm like, how could you have given up the thing that you built and created? And then it kind of happened again at Shakti. And how did I get out of that angry and depressed state? I changed something. I changed my state. I did that detox. I totally got clear. And I totally realized, that holding on to that is not serving me, and holding on to that anger and that resentment and that shame was not serving me. And how can I go forward? So, yeah, it's all about letting go and letting go and letting go and letting go. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that one. Now, Cams is asking, if you cannot get 8 hours of sleep, what do you do?
8 hours is a luxury, right? If you can't get it, who is not giving it to you? Why? I mean, okay, yeah, I know, sometimes we have young kids. I mean, they're periods of your life, forget it. You have newborn babies and, 4 or 5 year olds, or they wake you up in the night. My 7-year-old still wakes me up in the night when she wants to go to the bathroom. But, okay, if you can't get the full 8 hours, try to take a little mini nap in the day. And if you can't take the mini nap, take a meditation break. Just turning the mind off is like getting sleep. So maybe you can't get those 8 hours a day, but take mini breaks in your day where maybe you take a power nap. I'm a big power napper, so if I don't get my 8 hours sleep at night, you're sure as hell going to see me lie down for 20 minutes. I can lie down and put myself to sleep, and 20 minutes I'm up and feel like I've had 8 hours. So get your rest. This is where your body heals. This is where your mind lets go and you're able to process things and think clearly. Make sleep a priority, please. Where can I find a good yoga class in Kingston? God, I get this question all the time. They're like, since Shakti closed, I can't find a good yoga class in Kingston. That is crap. Shakti birthed so many amazing yoga teachers. And there's some fabulous teachers. Go onto the Jamaica Yoga Association website. It's on Facebook, and there's also a website. It will list all the yoga teachers, all the yoga centers, and Jaya hosts a great community class every other week at Hope Gardens and Emancipation Park. So go to Jaya. There's also Afia. There's a body shop in Montego Bay. Every little place in Jamaica has great yoga teachers. So if not, contact me and I'll direct you to somebody somewhere. Practice your yoga. And I also have a fantastic DVD, or I love it anyway. It's a 55-minute DVD, my first yoga DVD I've ever put out. It's on my website. It's super affordable. I think it's $10 US. It's a 55-minute practice. It incorporates meditation, pranayama, breathing. It's a nice vinyasa flow. There's a beautiful deep savasana, deep relaxation at the end. So if you can't find a class, get my CD or my DVD. Monique can help you there. You can just go on my website, SharonFiani.com, and purchase it there.
Right. You can go there or liveitdetox.com and
Or
you'll get a digital version of Sharon's DVD. It's really good, guys. You should check it out. One more question from Cams. She's saying, I have noticed a common thing some close associates would say is that I've gotten to a point where I'm not easy to be around because I am now more negative. That is not usually my demeanor. I know I need to work on it. So how do I miss the old me?
And that negative state is not you, Cams. That negative state is not you, because inside our birthright, you know, yoga says when you're born with three things. It's pure love, pure peace, pure joy. And inside of you is this part of you that is unchanging. No matter what is happening externally, if you can get inside, you'll remember that I am pure love, I'm pure peace, and I'm pure joy. But sometimes over time, we just keep piling all this stuff upon us, and then we just find ourselves we're in this state, a negative state. And the first thing that I would say is change your state by exercise. I swear, it is everything. Create for yourself, Cams, an hour of power every day. It means you have to wake up earlier to do it. Get yourself 1 hour where you're moving your body, you're bringing prana, breath, life force into your body. Move your body, sweat it out, think positive thoughts. Start your day this way and you'll see that negative state change. And then also, you know, make sure you're not surrounding yourself by negative people. The people who are actually saying you're negative probably, you know, really care about you and say, God, what's happened to you? Find out what's making you negative and change it. Let it go, girlfriend. Life is too short to live in a negative state. You're gonna kill yourself. Negativity turns into acid in your body. Acid is where cancer and disease thrive. So get out of your negative state right away. Change your emotion by using motion. Move your body. Clear your mind. Meditate. And whatever you do, feed that temple with clean food from the earth. Cool. Any more questions? Is that it, Monique?
That looks like it for now, right here.
All right, guys. Well, it's been an hour and a half almost. I want to thank you so much for just being here and for allowing me to just share this. I hope you found it valuable. This will be recorded if you want to go back. If you have any questions, you can always email me or Facebook me. My public page is there, Sharon Fiani. I want to also remind you about the special offer. If you can, if you've never done a detox with me before, if you have the time, please think about this special offer that we're putting out there tonight. $25 off for either my Montego Bay or my Kingston detox in June. This is life-changing. It's not a detox really. It's a life transformation, and you'll walk away from that week with tools that you can use for your life. So think about it. Monique will be sending an email out tonight with a recording and a link to this special offer. And Monique, could you also put a link to the yoga DVD as well? Because some people may want to get that.
Sure.
I'd love some feedback. You know, email me back and let me know what you thought about the webinar. I'd love to do more. And before I end tonight, I just wanted to thank Monique and really say, you know, Monique and I have been working together, kind of grew up together in this world here. And Monique has, gosh, has it been what, 8 years, Monique? I don't know. It seems like forever.
A long time.
Long time. And, you know, we're not perfect in our, you know, like we're learning how to do these Google Hangouts and these webinars and to get a little bit more savvy. But Monique is a fantastic graphic designer, website designer, multi-talented, passionate person. So if you're looking to take your gifts to the next level and go online or get a new design for your logo or whatever, Monique is amazing and just wants to give her credit for what she did tonight and big her up. You can contact me and I can give her your information as well.
Thank you.
So before I end, one more time, namaste. Thank you. The light in me bows to the light in you. I promise you that I'm going to keep my light shining bright, and I hope that you will do the same. Have a beautiful evening, everybody. Bye-bye.